Namaste everyone. Welcome to this video where I just wanted to be me as I am every day and talk about my life in general and yoga in specific. So a lot of my followers are very new, they've just started following me. There are a lot of you who have been following me for the last 4 years or so, ever since this page started, and I'm very thankful to you. But for all of you, I just wanted to share my life's journey again and how I ended up being a yogini. So let's begin. I was born in 1985. I was born in Rohtak. My parents were working as doctors in Rohtak for about an year, after which they joined NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation, as doctors. And they got posted in West Bengal. There is a thermal power plant called NTPC Farakka over there. So I spent the first 11 years of my life at NTPC Farakka in West Bengal. So that's how I can speak Bengali. I love Bengali people, I love Bengali culture. I've learned a lot of things from West Bengal, like painting, dancing, Kathak, singing, and much more. So after those first 11 years, when I was about in grade 6th, we shifted to a town called Singrauli, which is in Uttar Pradesh. And I used to study in Vindhyanagar, which is on the border of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. So I used to stay in Singrauli, study in Vindhyanagar, travel every day from one town to another. That went on for another 5 years. I was there till grade 10th. In grade 11th, then I moved on to Kota for coaching. And I really wanted to become a techie. I wanted to study physics, chemistry, maths as deep as I could in the final years of my school life. And so at the Kota Coaching Institute, I studied for about 2 years. And then I did my engineering, not from IIT. I did my engineering from Noida. So the next 4 years went into engineering, where there are very few females and mostly there used to be mostly males. Female engineers used to be considered odd ones out. At that time we were very few students, so it was like 1:20 ratio in the class of girls versus boys. So but then I really wanted to be a techie and I completed my engineering. But then I was advised to complete my postgrad at the same go. So then through the CAT exam, I got into a B school, and I did my MBA in HR. I can say that I had a very nice school life, a good childhood. My parents loved me, encouraged me so much. My brother was such a great friend to me, as he is even now. I had a beautiful childhood, and I still think of it as the best time of my life. Um, the foundational years of my life were very special. And then when I did my engineering, I made a lot of friends. I became independent. I had a great time. Um, I learned how to survive being in the minority between so many boys, being just one of the few of the girls. But it was a great time. And then during my MBA, I made such nice lifelong friends. I'm still in touch with them. They are the most special friends I had, and those 2 years of my postgrad were the most special time of my life, the most fun time of my life. I had a lot of fun. I also went on a 6 months student exchange program to France, to a city called Grenoble in the east of France, which is on the French Alps. So the Alps are spread across France and Switzerland. So there are Swiss Alps, which you must have heard of. I was in a city which was on French Alps. It was beautiful. It was almost like I was living in a heaven for those 6 months. And France, the school that I went to was at that time the world's fifth ranked school for masters in international business. It was a very good school, and there were students from all over the world studying there. I made a lot of international friends. I had a crazy time having fun there. I went to all the countries nearby France, about 8 to 10 countries, and I saw a lot of Europe in those 6 months. I just did not stop. I lost weight so much that I think I weighed 45 kgs only when I came back from France, but it was the best time. And then back in India. So the point I'm trying to make is that I've had a very pampered, comfortable childhood, a lot of fun time during my grad and post grad, extreme fun. So it's not like I've always been somebody very plain and simple, the kind of yogini that I am now. No, I was not plain and simple. I've done extreme things. I've had extreme fun, extreme adventure, uh, lots of friends and fights and all the things that happen in a typical childhood, right? So I'm sharing this to connect the dots between how life transitions from pre-marriage or childhood life when you're with your parents to the life where you're completely on your own. I started my first job in 2010 at Jindal Steel and Power Limited, which is Naveen Jindal's organization. And then I've been working with various corporates since 2010. It's 2023 now. I have 13 years of experience in HR, primarily in rewards within HR. And at the same time, when my career started in 2010, at the same time, I got married. So I got engaged in 2010 and married in 2011 January to my husband, who was also my batchmate at my B school. So we studied together and ended up marrying just within an year of knowing each other. So both my career and my new life, married life, started at the same time and parallelly grew together. I gained experience in terms of career, and I gained experience in terms of a new life, living away from my parents, being married, having kids, starting a new house, a new family life, adjusting in it, all of it parallelly with my career. And I never took a career break. So the maternity leave was the only break I took, which is statutory maternity leave that an organization gives to take care of both my kids while they were very, very small. Uh, in 2011, when I had got married in the very first year, I had a miscarriage. So it was an ectopic pregnancy. Basically, an ectopic pregnancy is when the fetus starts developing within the fallopian tube instead of developing within the uterus, which is big, right? The tube is not supposed to accommodate an entire growing fetus. So the tube burst. When the tube burst, it got me into a very fatal situation. And I had to be, it took me 3 to 4 days to understand what was going on. And finally, when the doctors got to know that it was an ectopic pregnancy, I was immediately operated within an hour because it was that risky and fatal. And then that was my first time when I had experienced somewhat of a depression, because a miscarriage, you realize that a life had come into your body and then it went away. So it was quite depressing for me. However, we as a couple were not prepared for a kid anyways at that time. So it was still uh, acceptable in a way, but we were not comfortable with that. So that was my first stint with depression. Um, then, thankfully, I had a healthy baby in 2014. It was a precious baby because I had only one fallopian tube. Normally, a female has two fallopian tubes. So I had only one. So the chances of conceiving had halved after my first miscarriage. And yet I had two sons after that. So I'm very, very grateful. I cannot be more grateful to God for giving me these two little babies. Um, so that was about the journey. Now, having a full-time job with little kids and a family life with living with in-laws in a joint family, all of this is for a girl just turned into an HR professional and a daughter-in-law and wife all of a sudden, all of this together, it takes a lot of time and lot of effort to get adjusted slowly into this kind of lifestyle. uh, I had my hands full. I was juggling the best I could, and I had my breakdowns. I had many breakdown moments. I gave up many times. But the fact that you have a good career and you have a family life and children that you can be grateful for, you got to be lucky to have all of this, right? That's what kept me going. I knew I was lucky, I was just not able to handle things. So that's when yoga steps in. Now, I have been practicing yoga ever since I was a child. As a child, I used to practice yoga. I used to be able to do chakrasana and all the asanas which require a lot of flexibility. So my muscles had that memory of those asanas already. But then for many years in between, for about 20 years, I did not practice yoga at all. And then I started practicing yoga again when I was trying to find peace amongst the storm of these challenges that I was juggling together. So I found a yoga class. I used to cross it every day. I used to go for Zumba classes. I used to watch the yoga class and I used to feel like a calling from there. Somebody, I mean, it was like it was pulling me towards it. But I like dance. I've always been a dancer, right? So I chose Zumba. For a couple of months, I kept doing Zumba and kept watching the people doing yoga. But then one day, I finally gave up Zumba and I went for the yoga class. And that's when it completely peaked for me. And I have never looked back. So, yoga has become a lifestyle ever since then. So, that was about 2014-15 when my kids were small. My job was going at a full go, lots of challenges, family life, body undergoing a lot of challenges after C-section surgeries. So I started practicing yoga and I realized that how good it made me feel in the body as well as in the mind, because it opened up my muscles, it released all the tensions of a full-time desk job plus a C-section mom plus taking care of children, backaches and all of that started to go away as my muscles opened up, as my body opened up, heart chakra, um, stomach, everything, all of my systems started getting better. The entire cardiorespiratory system, the digestive system, and then the meditation, pranayam, everything started to help. So I kept practicing yoga from teachers for a couple of years, and then in 2019, just before COVID hit, was when I decided to do a yoga teacher training. So I was in my maternity leave of 6 months after my second child. My second baby was only 5 months old. I had still 1 month of maternity leave left, and I decided that I will do this yoga teacher training of 200 hours, which takes about a month at Rishikesh. So that's when my yoga guru Bhaskar trained me for 1 month and gave me the yoga teacher certification. So basically, he's associated with an institute called Yoga Amritam Rishikesh in Rishikesh, and that's where I learned yoga to become a teacher. So in 2019, I became a full-time yoga teacher. Now it's been 5 years. Primarily because of my full-time job, I have been teaching yoga mostly through online platforms. I have a lot of YouTube videos, I have Instagram videos, I am on Facebook. I write some blogs about yoga. I take corporate yoga sessions whenever invited. I take, as you all know, I take meditation workshops every new moon and full moon. So that's how I am teaching along with my full-time job. Life has not been all uh, cakes and roses for me. Uh, it's been a very difficult ride, and I may not accept it very often. It might look like things are very chill with me, things are very easy for me, but it's time that I give myself some credit for being able to handle so many things well all of these years, never taking a break from career, never being a lesser mom to my children, um, never abusing my body with the excuse that I'm too busy to work out, I'm too busy to practice yoga, I'm too busy to eat healthy, all of those things. And I need to give myself credit to be able to be a good daughter, good daughter in law in all my relations, to be able to maintain all my friendships, and of course, to have started this amazing page and gained so many followers. I'm so thankful to each one of you. I cannot be grateful enough. So but it is after all time to give myself the due credit, and share my journey, my learnings with all of you. So that was a little brief about my life's journey and how yoga fits in into that, and how yoga has become a lifestyle that I don't want to let go of, because it keeps me sane in managing all of these different aspects of life parallelly: being healthy, eating healthy, being a good mom, being a good human resource manager, being a good family member, friend, having a good social circle, all of these things. That's about it for today. I will do a second part and share more details about my life's journey. Um, I have been, as I said, I talked about one stint of depression. I've had several depressive stints in my life, and each time I've come out of it through yoga, through mindfulness, and I cannot stress enough the importance of yoga and dhyan in our lives. I hope this helps some of you. I hope this helps you get to know me better. If you have any questions, do let me know. Thank you.